Thunder! Thunder! Thundercats! Oh! Consider supporting the channel on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can help us bring you more content like this. Hey guys, it's Rodimus Primal. I am back with another video, and today I'm actually bringing some not Transformers news. Yes, actually what I've wanted to do for a long time is actually begin to talk about other things other than Transformers, just simply because I want to bring some things that are relevant to the table. And I mean, I grew up in the 80s, and so obviously in the 80s I grew up with everything from G.I. Joe to Transformers, Voltron, you know, Thundercats, Ninja Turtles, all that stuff that, you know, as it came out, I couldn't get enough of it. I watched every bit of it. And unfortunately, I do not have a Thundercats t-shirt today, but I do have some very interesting Thundercats news to bring, and that is that they are bringing Thundercats back. Oh my god, I don't know whether to be excited or scared or terrified. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's not as bad as He-Man. Well, I'll get to He-Man a little bit later, but the thing is like they did a reboot for well, Thundercats was a TV show that aired in the 80s. It ran, I think it was like 3 or 4 seasons. I can't remember exactly. It ran for quite a bit. And it was just an awesome cartoon. I loved every bit of it. There was a Thundercats movie that introduced 3 new Thundercats. And, you know, they had like so many adventures that, you know, on Third Earth. I watched it just as much as I watched everything else. And then they brought back Thundercats around 2011. And the reboot for that show, I really liked that show. I was really surprised it only went 1 season. But I think it might have something to do with maybe Cartoon Network's abysmal airing practices, where they just can't get a cartoon on TV at a time where any of us can actually watch it. And then again, obviously we're watching, you know, now everybody's like watching stuff online. So that's like seems to be like the thing that they're doing. And, you know, I know a lot of you guys also love Teen Titans Go. Yeah, right. You guys haven't loved Teen Titans Go. But this new Thundercats cartoon looks like it actually is going to bring that style of animation for Thundercats. And I watched this video clip that I'm actually going to leave in the description, that this guy, you know, who's actually like heading the cartoon, you know, with WB Studios. It's going to air on Cartoon Network in 2019. He said, oh, he watched like every single Thundercats episode, and so he wanted to make it stay true to the original and let there be humor at the same time, let there be action. But this animation style, I don't know. This seems to be more like again, like Teen Titans Go. It's making fun of the original Thundercats, like taking everything that was good about Thundercats and just making fun of it for however many episodes. Now it looks like that the animation is going to be fluid. It's going to be you know, moving really well, but it looks weird, man. It just looks weird. The new Thundercats Roar cartoon airs in 2019. Oh man, it's a little scary. It's a little scary. But yeah. Wow. Just wow. Now, back onto what I was about to talk about, obviously, with what I said about He-Man before. I watched He-Man just as much. In fact, I saw He-Man at Radio City Music Hall way back in the day when they had like a live like He-Man special on there. And of course everybody was disappointed with the Masters of the Universe cartoon. And then He-Man actually had a spin-off series, because He-Man I think ran for 2 seasons at 65 episodes each season, because back then in order to run a show Monday through Friday you had to have 65 episodes. And so if you had 2 seasons you had 128 episodes. And if you had like Thundercats had 4 seasons. I mean, good God, that cartoon went on forever. But you know, He-Man had a spin-off show, She-Ra, and She-Ra was the female equivalent to He-Man. She was He-Man's sister. and they did this whole Secret of the Sword adventure with her, where, you know, He-Man goes and rescues what he finds out is his twin sister, gets her power sword, which grants her the same powers as He-Man, but she becomes, or Adora, and her, you know, Adam's twin sister Adora becomes She-Ra and fights the evil forces of Hordak, which it turns out that Hordak is actually like, kind of like, in a way, Skeletor's, well, actually no, I wouldn't say Hordak is Skeletor's boss, Horde Prime is, right? If I remember the show correctly, because it's been a while since I've watched it. I really need to rewatch He-Man and She-Ra and give you guys like a little bit more about that. Well, they're bringing She-Ra back. They're not bringing He-Man back. They're bringing She-Ra. They did do a He-Man reboot back in 2003, I think it was, or 2001. It was 2001, at the same time that Transformers Armada came out. And I think that show is underrated. I really think that the He-Man cartoon back then, Gary Chalk, who was Optimus Prime in Armada, was also Optimus Primal back in Beast Wars, was the voice of Man-at-Arms, and you had Scott McNeil doing, you know, Merman. But She-Ra coming back, it's kind of interesting because they've announced the voice cast, and, you know, you can actually read the whole list of everybody who is doing the voices for She-Ra. And I didn't really get a chance to actually read the whole article, but it didn't actually say how soon it's coming. And She-Ra is actually coming to Netflix, which probably means that He-Man and She-Ra, the original shows, will be on Netflix for the foreseeable future. And one thing that's interesting is that Netflix is picking up some of these older, you know, franchises just as much. I mean, Thundercats has got, you know, pretty much like held with Cartoon Network, so it's never going to see, you know, outside of Cartoon Network. But, you know, She-Ra on Netflix is going to be interesting. I'm really curious, though, because I think what's going to end up happening, and this is going to be unfortunate, and for me being someone who grew up with He-Man just as much as he grew up with Transformers and Thundercats and Ninja Turtles and everything else, that He-Man is not going to be a part of it. And I'm okay with it if, like, you know, okay, She-Ra gains her powers, she fights off Hordak, and then maybe later is introduced to He-Man. Like, well, you know, you're on Etheria now and you have to go say, you know, you're gonna go need to help, Hordak is trying to evade Eternia, where your brother is. Oh, there it is. And they maybe have something like that. If they do that, I'll be happy. But if they don't, I'm gonna be disappointed, because She-Ra could be just as awesome as anything else. They can make her like action orientated, just as, you know, and maybe have good storytelling, just like the new Voltron cartoon. I don't know if you guys have seen the new Voltron cartoon on Netflix, but that show is awesome. And unfortunately, it only runs like 5 or 6 episodes a piece, you know, a season. And then you gotta wait like months on end before they come out with more episodes. And that's the only thing that I'm kind of, you know, skeptical about with this new She-Ra cartoon, that maybe it's going to be like 6 awesome episodes come out and they're full 30-minute episodes. Take a hint, Machinima. 30-minute episodes. Okay? So yeah, because Transformers is just not doing it right with the Power of the Primes cartoon. But with She-Ra, you know, they could do a whole load of things. The only thing that we have right now for both She-Ra and Thundercats is the promotional image for She-Ra here, and which obviously I showed the Thundercats you know, image before, and that's the only thing that we've got going. They do have like a little bit of an animation style for Thundercats. You can kind of see it in motion, but you know, which I'm obviously going to leave links in the description. But I want to know what you guys think. I mean, I'm excited and terrified at the same time. I think that's the best way that I could be. I mean, like, oh my god, they're bringing it back and it doesn't look as good. I mean, She-Ra I actually think is going to be good. I think if they write the show well, please, just write the show well. Just make a strong character who is just strong character on her own merits, and not because of the fact that, you know, what she is, instead of who, you know, instead, like, let her be awesome on her own right. And that's what she should be. So, you know, I want to know what you guys think. You know, obviously, you know, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. You know, give this, you know, video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. You know, obviously follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And if you guys saw my last video from yesterday, obviously, you know, I'm doing a giveaway which ends this Friday, and obviously if you want more details on that, I will say this much though, and in order to enter, you do have to click on the link below that video. So in order to actually, you know, be entered into the contest, that's how you actually have to be entered into the contest. I kind of sorry that if I made that mistake before, but I just wanted to correct that. But as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.